If someone would ask me if I had a choice of any kitchen appliances, cookware, utensils for a real emergency situation that I know I could depend on to prepare my food, and not only prepare my food but preserve my food, what would it be? I came up with 3 items that I use, in my daily life. But if there is an emergency situation where there's no electricity, there's no propane, there's no gas, these are the 3 things that I would want on my homestead for food preparation and preservation. I've got my pressure canner here. I've got a couple of these. I would want my Dutch oven, and I would want my water bath canner. The big pluses with all 3 of these is that it doesn't rely on any type of electricity. All you need is an open flame. So as long as you have wood and you've got yourself some matches, you can use all 3 of these for food preservation with the pressure canner and the water bath canner, and food preparation with the Dutch oven. When we first moved out here to the Panhandle, our whole house site was an excavation site. It was just a shell. We were basically living outside, no running water. I mean, it was really rough conditions. So as the female of the house, my job was the cooking and the cleanup, and it was very trying to figure out how was I going to cook with these guys, these guys who had real big appetites every day. Nutritious, healthy food without any propane, without any electricity. That's where the Dutch oven came in. It was great because if I could use charcoal, and I did. I used charcoal, and then when the charcoal ran out, I started using good old-fashioned wood. I'd get myself a really nice fire going, and then get a bed of coals, and I'd put the coals right underneath there and right on top, and voila, we'd have casseroles, we'd have dessert, and I actually used both of these too. I had one for dessert and one for my food. So pizzas, casseroles, you name it, I made it. The other thing is when, say, the SHT actually does happen, and you go out and hunting, you're trying to harvest yourself some meat, and you get yourself a nice elk or bear or whatever it is, and you don't have access to that electricity, propane, and gas. How are you going to preserve your meat? Because obviously you're not going to have a freezer that's running, so you can't put it in the freezer. So the best thing is the pressure canner and the water bath canner. This will take care of all your vegetables, your jams, sauces. You can water bath can, and we all know pressure canning. You can do all your meats in there, and once again, all over an open flame. Now I know there may be some people saying, well, what about, heck, you've got backup solar, right? Or you've got a wind turbine or a generator. Of course, we live off grid, and I'm just panning. This is pretty much what we've been seeing for the last 2 weeks. Lots of cloud cover. And my solar panels right now have been putting out 0 electricity, which means we've been starting our generator, which means we've been using a lot of gas. I don't care if you have a gas generator, propane generator, sooner or later, in an emergency situation, when things are really bad here, say in the United States, we're in lockdown, and you can't get access to the gas and the propane, and then when the weather's not cooperating, you've got cloud cover for days on end. That battery bank is not going to last very long if you're plugging in, say, food dehydrator, which is great for food preservation. I mean, everybody should have a food dehydrator, right? But not in an emergency situation. Okay, and one final thing, or 2 final things. All 3 of these are really economical to purchase. You're not breaking the bank. My Excalibur dehydrator cost me hundreds of dollars. Between all of these, they equal 1 Excalibur dehydrator. And they don't require any electricity, and they are truly 100% for the person who wants to be prepared in an emergency situation. this is, trust me, this is, consider getting these. And the other thing for people maybe who are newbies or people who are just starting to prep and get serious about this, because I'm sure a lot of you already know this, get yourself a wood stove. This is a commercial wood stove that we had sent from out east. I like it because it heats a very large square foot area. It's got a really large cooktop. And then it's got the oven box here so I can bake in it. And then this is the wood box. So you don't need to have anything real fancy like this. Obviously there are lots of different types of wood stove. This is the one that heats our shop, and we got it for free. So you can compare the two. We've got the commercial one and we've got this one. And this baby puts out a lot of heat just like the other one does. But the real point that I want to make is an emergency situation, the wood stove is what's really going to save. It's going to save you. Okay, so in closing, on this very, very cloudy day, I'm living and learning. Just because we have solar panels and just because you may have a wind turbine or a generator, I'm going to reiterate this again, when weather doesn't cooperate, the battery bank might not last long. So if you want a full belly and you want to preserve your food, look into those 3 appliances, the water bath canner, the pressure canner, and the Dutch oven. I think for the price and for, boy, the ease of use, all you need is to go and cut yourself a tree, or, you know, go down on your piece of property and you can always find some deadfall and cut that baby up. You're always going to be in business with making yourself a nice meal or preserving that game that you just harvested. Okay, thanks guys for watching, and I hope you got a little bit from this video, and most of it is for newbies and new preppers, but even us old-timers can always use some advice, right? All right, thanks for watching, guys.